Can this lip tint pass the healthcare worker wear test? Hi! In this video, we'll be testing out the Peripera Ink Velvet Lip Tint onto 3 types of masks: the surgical mask, the KF94 mask, and the 3M mask. Aside from that, we'll be also testing this out onto other types of tests such as the Smudge Test, the Smear Test, the Kiss Test, the Food Test, and the Water Test. If you want to know how this lip tint perform to these types of tests, then just keep on watching. I've been testing this lip tint for 3 months already. So basically, this video is not a first impressions review. I'm currently living in the Philippines and I've tested this onto the dry, cooler months of January and February and also onto the dry, warmer months of March and April. I have really dry lips, so during these test periods, what I usually do is I put on a lip mask the night before and in the morning, I wash it off. I got this shade number 18, which is the Star Plum Pink. This cost me about around 384 pesos, including the shipping fee already, from the official Club Clio Shopee account. I'll be putting the link of the product in the description box below, but note that this is not sponsored because I bought this lip tint with my own money. Let us first swatch this onto our hands. This has a mousse-like consistency. This is what the swatch of Star Plum Pink looks like. We'll just wait for this to dry and then we'll proceed to check if it will smear. So now that this is dry, let us check if it will smear onto our hands. Just a little bit of smearing onto my fingers, but there's no smudging around the area. Now let us check onto our tissue if it will transfer or smudge. So there's a little bit of smudging onto our tissue. We'll now check if this is waterproof. So there's a little bit of transfer onto the tissue after the water test, but it leaves a stain onto the skin or onto your lips. Let us now try to remove this with the Maybelline Eye and Lip Makeup Remover. But there's still a little bit of stain, so I think this will be hard to remove. But I think if you use really oil base, it will still look good on your lips. So let's now test for the application of the Peripera Ink Velvet. So this has a sweet floral scent. And it is relatively easy to apply. You don't have to rush for the harsh line, unlike in the Peripera Ink Tattoo. So for this one, it is relatively easy to blend as well. Okay, so this is what the Ombre Lips looks like. Not drying and it feels lightweight and feels smooth. No, it does not settle onto the dry patches that much onto my lips because I have really dry lips. Okay, so now we'll try to test for the full application of the lip. This is the full lip application and how it looks like. Check for the smearing. This is immediately after application. There's a little bit of smudging as you can see here in the clip, but it kind of faded away at around 4th. So once the tint is dry, let's test for the kiss-proof test. So there's no transfer as long as the tint is already fully dry. Now test for the food test. So I have here a cracker. So there's no transfer of the tint onto the biscuit. After eating the biscuits, this is how my lips look like. So this is another day wherein I tested this onto samgyeopsal. This is what the lips look like before eating. Sorry, I just silenced the clip because there's a copyright video on the background. I'm just pointing out that those are not smudges. I just had reactions from different types of lip products that I use. So this is what the lip tint looks like after eating the samgyeopsal. And now we will proceed to the surgical mask test. There's no transfer onto the mask. And in the next clip, you'll see me test this on KF94 Mask. This is what my lips look like before putting on the mask. So this is after 3 hours of Peripera Ink Velvet, and this is the KF94 Mask. So KF94 Mask of Peripera Ink Velvet after 3 hours. So there's no smudging, only a few of the foundation, but for the lip tint, there's none. Hi, we'll be testing out the Peripera Ink Velvet for KF94 Mask. This is my before, how the lips look like. And time check, this is after 3 hours of wear with the KF94 mask. As you can see, the tint is intact, and with the mask, there's little to no smudging. So this is another day wherein I tested this with KF94 mask. This is how it looked like before putting on the mask. Time check, this is how it looks like after 1 hour of KF94 mask. As you can see here in my lips, it's still intact. Don't mind the smudges here and there because this is just a reaction from the different lip tints that I use. So this is now after 8 hours. Of course, I ate earlier, but still there's a little bit of tint left on my lip. After 8 hours. And for the Peripera lip tint, none. And now for the 3M mask test. Okay, so let me show you the before makeup of the Peripera Ink Velvet. This is how my lip looks like before I put on the 3M mask. So this is after 2 hours of wear, and here is there's a little smudging of the Peripera, but only a little compared to the other things that I have used. So this is after 4 hours of wear. Still there's no addition to the stain left by the 2 hours ago. So this is it. Time check, this is after 6 hours of wear. As you can see, there's no additional transfer from the previous 4 hours. And this is what my lips look like after 6 hours of wear. What's my overall thoughts about this lip tint? This is mask proof for the surgical mask and the KF94 mask. For the 3M mask, there's just a little bit of smudging, but of all the lip tints that I own, this is the best so far. You know, the main reason why you remove your mask is because you want to dine out or you eat outside together with your friends or together with your date. Kapag pika-date ka, ayaw mong tsaka yung lips mo. What I don't like about this lip tint, lagi siyang sold out. The stocks are not as many as before pre-COVID, so I think the pandemic situation has affected how many supplies does the Club Clio produce. I've tested the Peripera ink even way before the first Peripera ink that the Club Clio has released. I think they have changed their formulation already because the new Peripera ink Velvet, they are easier to remove with your makeup remover as compared to before. But at the same time, the food proof is less compared to before also. Well, you can't have it all din naman. Hope you like this video and this video helped you in deciding whether to buy or not this lip tint. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel. Bye-bye! Can this lip tint last? Hi! In this video, we'll be testing out the Peripera Ink Velvet Lip Tint. Aside from that, we'll be testing this out to other... I have really dry lips, so my lip care routine during this time... this is smudge proof.